What's up, Lantern fans? It's the Emerald Enthusiast of the Multiverse Musings Podcast Network. Here with a look at the DC Universe Classics Signature Series 6-inch figure of Saint Walker. So let's have a look at one still mint in packaging. I should note that it comes in this white mailing box. It says Signature Collection, Saint Walker, Adult Collector, Mattel. Not too much on the back. There's really not much to this box beyond this. So let's have a look at this one, still mint in packaging. I actually like the Signature Series packaging more so than the basic DC Universe Classics figures. It says Signature Collection, Saint Walker. I really like this window here, the way that the figure and the personal power battery is framed. Of course, down here it says Adult Collector. Here's a partial window on the side. On the opposite side, we get some really nice artwork. On the top, there's another window. On the back, we get a full body shot of Saint Walker. And here we have his full name, Brody Walker, as well as a brief bio of Saint Walker. If you'd like to read that, go ahead and pause the video and do so now. But I think it's time for us to see what is inside this package. And here we see Saint Walker out of the package and ready to spread hope. I really like this character. He is just such a wholesome personality. I really hope he returns to the comics in the very near future. But for now, let's take a closer look at the details of this figure. So let's have a look at the lower body here. And I like the choice of blue. I will say that. However, I think it could have been a little bit brighter, possibly a little bit more metallic. However, that's the only complaint that I have about this figure. It's pretty close to perfect. Let's look at the ankles here. You can see you do get ankle articulation, double jointed knees. I have not played with this figure, obviously, so the joints are still very tight. You get this swiveling here in the thigh, but with the way that the uniform is made, it looks weird when you change it like that. But I like the molding. Again, it's very accurate for the body type that Saint Walker has. You know, he's thin and wiry. He's not a huge, overly muscular character. So I really like the way that the lower body looks here. Lots of good definition and really good paint application on the lower part of the uniform. So let's have a look at the lower abdomen and the hips. There's lots of great articulation here. If you're familiar with the DC Universe Classics line, you already know that. They're kind of the counterpart to the Marvel Legends, so lots of great articulation. You can see you can get the leg to kick forward. You get this hinge here in the hip, so it'll kick sideways, goes back really far. You can get him to do like a leg up pose, like a kneeing type pose there. Again, good articulation here, the lower part of the abdomen. And I guess I actually do have two complaints. I wish that this stamp right here were less visible. So let's have a look at the upper torso here, and it is really magnificent. Again, they got the body type correct. You know, he looks very fit, but he's not an overly muscular character. He's thinner than a lot of the other Lantern characters. You do get this torso crunching motion here. Mine is particularly tight, but you can see it does move some. I'm not going to force it. I like the blue Lantern symbol. It's sculpted on, as you can see there. It's not just paint, so I really appreciate that. The symbol is very tight in terms of paint, so I certainly appreciate that too. You can see the back here. Good molding on the lats and the trapezius. So yeah, everything looks good as far as the upper torso goes. So let's have a look at the arms here. They are really well done as well. Again, you see the same attention to detail with the blue paint. It looks really good on the gauntlet here. I like that. You get this wrist swiveling here. That helps with posing, as well as the bicep swivel here. Good articulation on the shoulder. That looks really good. See if I can get you a close-up of the ring here. That's actually really well done too. And as you can see, the sculpting, the paint, the placement on the finger, this is about as good as it gets for a ring on one of these figures. It's just magnificent. So as far as the left hand goes, I really like how this looks. Again, he only has 4 fingers, but it's a different kind of hand placement. And I really like how that looks. And also, it's perfect for holding the only accessory that comes with this figure, the personal power battery, which is really well done. Now, if you'll notice here, it's slightly more metallic and more reflective than the uniform. I really wish that they matched, but nonetheless, you can get this personal power battery in his hand like so. And yeah, it just looks really good. So let's have a look at the head sculpt. And I just think it's magnificent. I really like the expression. You know, he's not angry or growling or anything like that. He's, you know, contemplative, maybe a little concerned, which is very fitting for St. Walker. Really like this headpiece back here. It actually moves here. You see this swivel, and that gives you some posing options. I like all the sculpting there on the neck and the cheekbones, around the mouth. The skin tone is very accurate to the comics. I really like that. Good movement. You can get the head to go side to side. Also get him to look up and look down. I really appreciate that. Now, I've never tried to turn his head all the way around. If you know anything about these figures, the Signature Series figures are difficult to find and they're a little pricey. So I certainly don't want to damage this figure by posing it too roughly. So here's the figure next to the Blackest Night DC Direct St. Walker. And as you can see, there are some key differences. I think the Signature Series has a slight edge. However, I do like the paint on this one. The base, the personal power battery, I think is better than this one. However, I think overall, in terms of body mold, durability, and articulation, this one has a slight edge. However, as a fan of this mythos, I just love the Green Lantern mythos. I'm glad to own both of these, and I just thought you'd like to see these two figures side by side. I hope you have enjoyed this review. If so, please like and subscribe. Remember to stay tuned at the end of the video for some articulation shots, and also remember to catch me on the Multiverse Musings vidcast available right here on YouTube. And I'll be back to the internet with more Green Lantern content soon. But until we meet again, this has been the Emerald Enthusiast saying, in fearful day, in raging night, with strong hearts full, our souls ignite. When all seems lost in the war of light, look to the stars, for hope burns bright.